Hi, this is Laurie. I'm with thewifeexpert.com. Thanks for being here. And if you like what you've heard today, please subscribe below as well as share this with anyone who's having trouble with their marriage. Men, women, anybody. Because marriage isn't easy. Today I'm bringing on a guy that I met a little while ago. He kept coming in going, I'm going to try this program. No, I'm not. I'm going to try this program. No, I'm not. And so finally he's like, okay, I'm doing the program. So he's actually on my program and I'm working with him. He's struggling a little bit. And I thought he'd be a really good example of what it looks like when I coach somebody. So we're going to go through a few things. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. And I hope to have him back on. But I want everyone to really understand something. The women I coach have a harder time getting their husbands home than the men I coach. The men I coach have an easier time. Why? Because men don't have a bunch of women going, you should do this, you should do that. They don't have anyone to listen to. They just are like, I don't know what to do. Men also weren't raised with the skills to build and have a solid relationship. They follow their woman. And so when a woman leaves, a man's like, that's why, I don't know if you've ever heard this joke. When a woman dies, a man will remarry right away. When a man dies, a woman will gather her friends and go to India on vacation because women don't need men as much as men need women. Men are more successful at getting their wives home. Just a saying. This man who's coming on has a very good chance. Following what I teach and doing what I recommend is key. Say hello, Jim.
Hello.
Tell me a little bit about your marriage.
Our marriage has been pretty good. We've been together for 18 years. The marriage itself, I thought we were a pretty good team. We were always there for each other. I've had difficulties in my life as far as health-wise. She's always been there for me. She's been building a business. I've been there for her with that. We've homeschooled, raised our kids,
How old?
worked a lot. A 16-year-old and 21-year-old right now.
Okay.
Girls.
Girls.
Yes.
Okay, so when did the relationship start going south?
Seems like it was around August of 2022.
Okay, what happened?
Not really sure. I started noticing some distance with her. Was kind of questioning that. Was like, why are we having this right now? Why is there? And then it was she was traveling a lot with her business. It was like she was saying that she was enjoying being by herself, which I couldn't understand. She's never been a by herself kind of person.
How old is
She's
she?
always 39.
It's young. Okay.
Yes. I just got to searching from then. Just we share Google Photos, so I got to searching in there, and I noticed that she had been talking to someone else.
That's
So
painful.
it was, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I questioned her about it, asked her what was going on.
What'd she say?
She actually never responded to me.
Did she deny it?
She said at first, it's just a friend. It's just a friend. Well, she didn't even say that at first. I had sent her what I'd found on Google Photos and asked her what this was about. And maybe this is the reason for the distance that we've
Mm.
been experiencing. She was out of town at the time, and I thought whenever she got back in town, we would talk about it, but
What happened
she
when she
never
got in town?
responded.
She got in town, came home, and slept in bed with you and never talked to you about it.
Never talked to me about it.
And how did you didn't talk about it either?
I don't know. I didn't want it to be anything more than just friends talking. We've
Yeah. So
never
you
had
let it
that.
go. So you let it go. You made an
I did.
assumption and said, okay, a benefit of the doubt, which is a good thing to do.
It is.
How did she treat you when she came home?
She was distant, but still friendly, somewhat friendly. But then, like in 3 weeks, she did tell me that he was just a friend. But then later on that week, told me that she had cheated on me.
Mm.
It had gotten more.
And what happened then? How'd you react?
Oh, it was like my world was crashing down. I didn't know how to act. This was someone that I never thought anything like this could ever happen.
Mm-mm.
I never imagined with the love that we've had and how much she had cheating we've experienced it through friends of ours and it affected us and how she had detested cheaters so much.
You knew that. She
Yes.
detested cheaters.
She's like, it's happened in a local church. It's happened to people, close friends of ours. She like asked me, please don't ever do this to me. Said you don't have to ever worry about that. She told me it got really emotional between her and him for a while.
Who was he?
It was a guy that she knew from high school.
Met him on Facebook?
He got back in contact with her through Facebook. That's kind of the screenshots that I'd seen on Google Photos.
Okay.
I was my world was crashing down at that moment when she told me that. I didn't know how to act.
What did she want? Did she say, I'm leaving, I'm going to date him, I'm sorry?
She said that she loves me very much, but she loves him. I can't be with him and I can't be with you. I didn't know how to respond to that. How can you not be with me? How can we not talk about things and figure things out after as long as we've been together, what we've been through
Yeah.
with our kids and everything.
Mm-hmm. So
But
what happened next? What did she say? What did she want? How do you solve that problem? I love you. I love him. I can't be with you. I can't. What?
yeah,
So she's in a stalemate because she put herself there. That's why it's not a good idea to start looking at other people, because then you just confuse yourself.
it is.
Stay in your lane. You won't be confused. Okay. So, but what happened? Tell me, like, give me the big picture. She ended up moving out.
She did.
Her
She ended up
choice.
her choice. And it was months later after that.
Were
She
you
was
having
home.
sex between that time she told you and the time she left? Were things
No.
okay? No.
No. It was almost like she turned away from me that way and wanted nothing to do with me. At one point, she started sleeping on the couch, and I walked in the living room one morning, and she was changing, and she was covering herself, and I was like, "Why would you do that? You've never done that before."
I've seen you naked. I got to see your kids coming out of you. What'd
But
she
it
say?
didn't say anything, no response. She didn't want me to do anything for her no more. You know, I've always done a lot of the housework just to help her out while
Yeah, because
she's
she's been
doing
making the
work.
money. You know this, and I think we talked about this. Is like in these moments when someone is sleeping on the couch and someone is disengaging from you, the first thing you do is go, listen, I want to be married. I think we can be great together. But if this isn't what you want, there's the door. I'm not stopping you. It's you having the confidence in yourself that you value yourself enough that you're way up here, and that she sees that you like yourself so much that if you don't see that I'm the best person out there, there's the door. I'm not holding you hostage. And having that verbal conversation with her. And if she doesn't answer you, live your life. Be you. Be Jim. Ethically, morally, and have an amazing time. That's what you show her. She walks out the door, that's what she's leaving behind. Bye. See you later. Good luck out there, because there's nothing out there. You might think there's something else out there, but once you have 20 years with somebody, there's nobody else out there. You'll
I
see.
really wish I would have had that strength and confidence then. I'd never been through anything like this in my life. And all I was trying to do was work on it. Let's do something about this. You know, I was making all the mistakes that people make in the beginning. It's like, let's work on this. Let's talk about the issues. What happened? What caused you to do this? What did I do?
Did you get any
And
answers?
it was always different.
Yeah, because you know
Oh,
why? You're not the problem.
I'm
You are not
figuring.
the problem. She is.
It's taken me a long time to figure that out.
It has nothing. What she did has nothing to do with you. It's her. You did nothing wrong. She could be able to talk to you at any time, and she chose not to. It's her, not you. You are a perfectly wonderful, good man. And the fact that you're here and you care enough about her to like speak these words and learn more about yourself to get her to notice that what she's left behind is huge. I wish more people were like you, but they're not. Because everyone else is like, get divorced, screw her, run to the moon, right? And
Yeah.
you're questioning that because you're like, wait, this isn't the end, right?
I don't see it being the end.
Good. Okay, so what's happening now? Tell me the story now. Where are the girls? What is she doing? What's happening? How are you living your life? That's a lot of questions. Maybe we'll answer one of them, but at a time. Where is she now?
She's staying with family about 10 miles away from here with my youngest daughter, and my oldest daughter stayed for a little while there, but then later moved out with her boyfriend.
Do you
So
talk to your girls?
I try.
There's no trying. There's only doing.
I, I text.
How often? How often?
For a while I was texting about every day. I was telling them,
Text
good
them
morning.
every day. Text them good morning. Every day. Even throw them a heart. You know those little emoji hearts? I love those. throw them a heart, and just say, heart, heart, good morning. Like GM, heart, heart, miss you. Anything, every freaking morning. When your alarm goes off, the first thing you do is text them. They need Papa. This whole thing is going down, is going to rock their world for the rest of their life. Even, when the wife comes home, when you guys get back together, it's still going to be, it shifted their world for a while. They need you.
I've been back and forth. I've not known what I needed to do. It's like, do you text them? Do you call
Yes.
them?
Yes.
Do you not?
Yes. You call, you text. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I saw this picture on my phone. You okay? But you make those calls about them, not you. You call them to say, how are you? How is your day going? What's going on in your world right now that's good? Tell me something good that's going on in your life right now. I care about you. I want to know how your day's going. I worry about you. All these things you can say. Use one. Call them and ask them a question. Don't tell them, how are you, Dad? I'm great. Every time they ask you how you are, I'm fantastic. I had an amazing day today, and I was calling to see how you are. Turn it right back to them. Make your call about them, because that's all they care about. They're young. They're like selfish, because when you're young, you're supposed to be selfish. When you're 40, 50, 60, you're done being selfish. Now it's time to give.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's been so difficult being, a family guy for so long, and then all of a sudden the family's gone and you're home by yourself. You come home from work
It sucks.
by yourself.
It sucks. I know
I
that
have
pain.
I have the animals here with me. That's all I have. My cats, my dog.
Oh, do they sleep with you in bed?
Eh, I don't let them anymore because
Really?
they push me off.
Oh, that's so
they,
funny.
they try to
Okay.
take the whole bed.
Yeah, they'll do that. But it's nice though. You got to get yourself a little kitty, somebody to love, somebody to snuggle with, even if it's a cat. I'm just being funny, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so tell me about the wife. What's she doing?
She's, it appears, it always looks like, and in my mind, I'm like, well, she's living her best life. Everything is going so great for her.
Watch me. Not really. She's living with her mother, right? Her father. Who's she
Her
live?
aunt,
Her
aunt and
aunt.
uncle.
Where's her mom?
Her mom passed about a year
Where's her
ago.
dad?
He's he lives a good way, probably about 25, 30 minutes away from here, and she couldn't live with him.
Why?
Well, he smokes in the house and stuff like that, so
Okay.
she doesn't want to be around that.
Are they friends?
Yeah, yeah, they're
Okay.
close.
Are you friends with him?
Yes, and I have been very close to him for years, but it seems like the whole family is, you know, kind of not friendly with me now.
Why?
I don't know.
Have you reached out to them?
The last time I spoke with him was over a year ago.
Why?
Um, it just seems like that they have a certain thought of me,
How
um,
do you know?
kind of conversations that they had with me. And,
What'd they say?
um, it's kind of like things have been twisted, and it's like I've been made out to be a person that I'm not.
So they're saying things to you that they're saying that's not true.
Yes.
And let's take her dad for instance. He told you things about what she said about you. And what did you say to that?
None of that's true.
And what did he say?
Well, it kind of seems like, well, that's my daughter, and I'm going to believe her.
How old is
It's
he?
kind of what I got. He's mid 50s, late 50s maybe,
How old's your wife?
39.
Okay. Wow. So he had her young.
Yes.
How old was he
Maybe.
when he?
He may be right at 60.
Okay. Okay. So I would encourage you to reach out to him. Out of the blue. Hey, I was in the neighborhood. Just wanted to stop by and see if we could, have a beer or have a cookie. or something. Just say, I miss you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. Wanted to catch up. And again, stop by with beer or a pack of cigarettes or something, whatever he likes. Go inside, have a chat with him. Don't talk about the daughter. Talk about him and his life and who he is. Show up for him as a good man. And if he's like, hey, you talked to my daughter, you know what? No, I haven't talked to her. I miss her. She's a good woman. You raised a really good woman. And, you need to know that. I love your daughter. She's a great woman. I miss her. I miss the kids too. Lots have changed, but she's always going to be my family. You too. You will always be my family. Anyway, I got to go. Good to see you. Bye. Let's do this again soon. Do that.
That'd be difficult.
I know. That's why I'm telling you to do it. Okay, so let's talk about why would it be difficult? This is what I call circling the wagon. Your wife is the wagon. All the relatives around her are who we circle. And we make sure they all like us. And that they know the truth. What she's saying about you isn't true. And you don't have to stand there going, what she said about me isn't true. That's not true. You don't have to defend yourself. You show up as a good man to birthday parties, to Christmases, Thanksgivings, events, stuff going on. You go visit her dad. Because then dad will say to her, saw your husband the other day. He's a good guy. He brought me a pack of smokes. He brought me a case of beer. We had some together. He was talking about this. He's just a good person. Because when you go visit someone and you make that conversation about them and you talk about them, to them, about them, and just listen to them, at the end of the conversation, they go, you're awesome. You're just a great person. You didn't have to do anything but just freaking listen to him. It's just a little tactic. He talks the whole time. You listen. You have empathy, understanding. Don't talk about yourself. Don't complain. Nothing. All right, gotta go. So good to see you. See you again. Let's do this again. He'll be like, I had a great time with that guy. The great time was him talking the whole friggin' time. I know it's difficult, but I'm challenging you. I want you to do that. I think it'd be a good... People are saying bad things about you. We can't defend yourself, but we can step up to the role and show up as the son-in-law to your father-in-law. Check in on him. He's 60. Is he married?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a wife? Sorry, I didn't know that. Okay. Who is she?
She's a good lady.
Then go visit them. Because she might start asking you questions. She won't let him talk. So try to get him away by himself. Because that woman's not her mother.
No.
How long did they live? How long have they been married, those two?
Me and my wife met in '04, and they met in '05. She's from Venezuela, and when she came to visit him, she stayed. She's been here since like '05, '06
How did he meet her?
on the internet somehow.
So funny. Is that so he was married to your wife's mother?
I don't think if they were married, it was just a short period of time when she was young,
Okay.
very young.
Okay. And did that man, her dad, marry anyone else in between?
He was married like 2 or 3 times in between.
What about her mom?
Her mom was married one other time, and the guy that she was married to, he's a really good man.
Okay, so her mom's still married to some guy.
Well, till she passed last year, yes.
Okay, so she died.
Yes.
Oh, when did she pass away?
I think it was like in August of last year.
2023?
Yes.
Was she sick?
Yes.
When did she get sick?
It was pretty quick. It was like a month or two before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did something happen in your wife in 2022 that you think might have caused this?
I don't know. I've been, you know, I do a lot of thinking about the stuff, and she changed. It's like she changed her. a diet. She got on a diet, started losing some weight. Um, I don't know of anything that was traumatic that happened to her at that time,
Hmm.
but we were in May. We went to Disney World. We were good. We were fine then. We came back. We all got COVID for about we had it for a little over a week, and we were fine for months till then. But I really can't think of anything that just like
When did she start having her affair? What month was that? August, right?
it was August, but
But
I
that you
got to
found out.
notice I got to noticing in July, like late July, about the 20th of July, that she was in communication with the guy.
Huh.
So,
Is she still with that guy today?
no. His fiance found out,
Yeah.
and which I was at the weak part of my life at the time whenever I found out. I didn't know what to do. If I could have acted strong like you did and been confident and said,
I
if
wasn't
this is a
strong in the
choice
beginning. I was not strong at the beginning. I was a mess for 6 months.
hey,
A
that was me.
mess.
It was
Yeah.
6 months. I was really a mess. I had to take time off work and everything,
Hmm.
but
Don't feel
but
bad
she,
about that. This is traumatic.
it was,
It's
I
horrible.
couldn't get out of the house, couldn't do
Yep.
nothing.
Yep. Totally.
But she was telling me about the fiance that they had trouble. Their relationship was miserable. He was telling her about all the problems they were having. She was telling him about our relationship and how bad it was. And I didn't realize it was that bad. But but
Cause yeah. Okay.
but
Because she
he
didn't tell
was
you.
yeah, he was talking about how bad their relationship was and they were apart. She was pregnant at the time with his baby. And so but
So
I didn't want
the
I didn't
your wife's horse face was
yes.
engaged to a woman who was pregnant with his baby, and he's screwing around with your wife.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's great. And I found out who she was. I kind of done my own detective work.
Yeah.
I found out who she was, and I was going to contact her and let her know what was going on. But I thought she's not going to care. She's going to, it was during that 6 month period. She's going to make fun of me. She's going to say, I don't care. He can do what he wants to do. That's kind of what I imagined in my head. But then I don't know, back May, June of last year, she contacted me and told me that my wife needed to stay away from her family. She's ruining it. And I was like, what are you talking about? So she went in to tell me that, I found text messages on his phone, the communication between my wife and her fiance. And I said, you're not even in the picture. What are you talking about? She said, he's always home with me and telling me that, our baby was planned. We're having another baby. We're getting married. And I was like, whoa. So I ended up telling her what I knew, and she confronted my wife.
She did.
Yeah, she confronted him, and he admitted to everything and begged for forgiveness, and she let him come back. And she said, she made him take all contacts and never contact my wife again. So, and it was crazy that night. My wife had took off. She was distraught, and she actually took my youngest daughter over here, dropped because my youngest daughter didn't want to go to her sister's house, which is 2.5 hours away. She was going over there, and I know she went over there because all the stuff that happened, and she was trying to seek someone to comfort her. So I had my daughter for about a week then, because she was there. So I'm sure, I don't know for sure, but she's not had contact with him since then, probably.
Okay. So is she dating anyone else?
I have no idea.
When's the last time you talked to her?
It's probably been 4 or 5 months.
No conversation at all.
None.
So you talk to your youngest daughter just by texting her by herself?
I text my youngest daughter. She, it's weird. I can't call her. It goes straight to voicemail. I call her twice. She'll call me back eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And teens, they're what? What do you want? That kind of stuff.
Don't, yeah. So it's not you. Don't feel bad about that. She's miserable.
Yeah.
She wants to be home. She wants to be with her dad.
Yeah.
Do they have their own space at her sister's house?
At the aunt's house, yeah, they
Or
got
this?
their own room there. Yes.
They share a room?
My, I think my wife, I think they both may have their own room. My
Okay.
my daughter, both my daughters were sharing a room and a bed at the time, which I don't understand. They both got their own bedrooms here, and I've welcomed them back, and I've told every one of them they're all welcome back. And that's
Yeah.
one thing that I was telling my wife at first. She was wanting to move out and get her own apartment or something, separate for a while, and the kids stay here. And she wasn't complaining, wasn't arguing, nothing. And I said, please don't do that. Let's stay here. And then it was like a month's time. She was like, you need to get out. You need to get a place. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I love my family and I'm not wanting out of it.
Yep.
I'm
Nope.
not choosing to get out. If you want to get out, that's your choice.
That's right. You want to leave, leave. The kids
Yeah.
get to stay here. But the thing about kids is they want to be with mom, most of
But
them.
yes,
But it will
and
change. They'll
I've
want to
worked
come home.
I've worked a lot, and throughout, I wanted my wife to be home with them to raise them. You know,
Mm.
as much as I could. If I had to work two and three jobs, I would do that. I wanted, instead of them being at daycare, I would rather them be with her, and we did that.
Yeah.
She was home with them, and she's got that strong bond with them. So I mean, it's natural.
Hmm.
I'm sure they want to be around her.
Hmm. But when things get a little crazy or when things get unsteady, they want to rock. That's the only thing they can fall on to stay sane. So just don't give up. Keep sending messages to your daughter. Say, I believe in you. I care about you. Just thinking about you. Take a picture of something funny. Send it to her. Send a funny meme to her and say, oh, this is so funny. I wish you were here. I really miss you. Do you want to get a movie? Do you want to go to a movie tonight? Do you want to go? Can I see you this weekend? Do you want to come over? Do you want to have pizza? Do you want to have spaghetti? Never stop asking her. Technically, you should be having time with her, like pretending you're in a separated divorce position, like
Yeah.
every weekend or every other weekend. You should be asking for that.
The wild part is they come over uh, back in October. They were over for a night. They come and stayed. We watched some scary movies or whatever. Yeah, they love them. They
Do
love that
they?
stuff. Yeah, we
Okay.
watched a couple of scary movies, and then they didn't come back over until like Christmas Day.
Why is that? Shouldn't you be getting her every weekend?
I would think so.
Do you want them every weekend or every other
I
weekend?
I want them every day.
So I would send a text to your wife and I would say to her, listen, I know we're not divorced and we're still technically married, but I want to see our daughter. I want her to come over. I want time with her. How do you suggest we get that? Do you want to
You
work
know,
it out with me or do I have to go to a court?
that's
That's what you
I've
have to
wanted
do.
I've wanted to
Don't.
stay out of the initiating of any court anything because that
Okay.
none of that's my choice. None of that's my decision.
Mm-mm, none of it.
And
But have the conversation. Can we start having our daughter come to my house, our family home, every week, every other weekend? How do you want to make that happen? I need time with her. She can't grow up without a father.
that's
You have
true.
to make a stand on that. You are the dad. Be the hero.
Okay.
Face this dragon, this monster inside of your wife. And then that way she'll become, it's 2.5 hours away is where they live.
No, no, no. They live about ten miles away.
You should be seeing her in the week.
I know.
I'm going to see her every Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights. She comes here after school. You've
I
got to
call.
get a hold
I
of that.
send a text every week. I've been making it consistent. Hey, I'm cooking on Friday. How about coming over and
No,
I'll
you can't
cook
do
whatever
that.
you want?
You have to set it up with your wife. We gotta come up with a schedule. That's what we're gonna say to her. I thought they were 2.5 hours away. Okay,
No.
10 minutes away. This is totally doable. How far is the school from your house?
Oh, they're homeschooled. She's homeschooled. So
Okay, so wife teaches him homeschool and has a full-time job. She's an amazing woman. Okay, so we're gonna say to the wife, how about we make up a schedule? Do you want maybe on you figure out what you want because I know you work funky hours,
hmm
right?
I,
So
I got good hours now. I work 6 till 2:30 in the evening. 6 in the
six.
morning to 2.
Oh, that's perfect. So maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you pick up your daughter and bring her over for the night, and then in the morning you drop her off. Or since you have to work at 6 in the morning, you drop her off at like 8 o'clock at night. And then on the
Yeah,
weekends, every other weekend, she sleeps at your house.
yeah,
So now you have a going back and forth. You're going to have to see your wife again. And then you got to look good, smell good, feel good. You got to look like your life is going great. I don't care for
yeah.
those 2 seconds you see your wife. You're like, hey, good to see you. Oh my gosh, you look fantastic. Hey, come on, honey, let's go. We'll see you later. Bye. Come on, are we going to have fun? You have to show up that way. She has to see you that way. She can't see you complaining or sad or depressed. You gotta become the man. You gotta man up, claim your kid back, and start doing life again with your family. I can't believe this has gone on this long and they only live 10 minutes away. Can we do that? How do we do that?
I need to do that. I've allowed a bunch of stuff to go on, and
Yeah, let's stop that right now.
I need I need to. I've
They're
just
just
not
shitting.
known.
Excuse my French. They're just shitting on you. She's just
They
shitting.
are.
You're going to stay with me and we'll just leave him alone because he's not going to do anything. We know he's just not going to come claim you. Claim her. She's your daughter. Your wife left and took your daughter and you haven't chased her. You got to chase your daughter. Your daughter needs, and maybe your daughter's like, Dad never wants to see me. Dad doesn't, other kids are going over to their dads every other weekend and Dad doesn't even ask. Ask. Get her. Like as soon as we hang up, call your wife and say, do you think we can come up with a schedule this week, starting this week? Because I need to see our daughter. And if your wife's like, well, she doesn't want to see you, you say, I know, but she needs to see me because I am her father. And if I'm not in her life, she's not going to know what it looks like to have a married. She won't know how to find a husband. Women have to have a role model of a father, of a man. It's better when the two people are together because then they can see what love looks like.
hmm
But when Dad's out of the picture, she has to see you. Can we do that?
I need to
Okay.
do that. It's been one of those things where I've like so much stuff I know has been said about me in earshot of them, and they've heard it.
Yes. And yes, they have heard it. And right? Okay. So people are saying terrible things about you and they have heard it, right? And you have to go, it's not true. I'm not going to stop you from saying it because that's you spreading things about me. And I'm not even going to get involved in it. But I'm going to show up here and you're going to see who I am. But if you don't show up, they're going to go, well, you never came around. So I guess all these things that we keep hearing are true because now he's kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
Get it?
yeah. I mean, because it's been. I hear from my oldest daughter when she does talk to me. She's like, "Mom's trying really hard to get our youngest one to come see you, but she doesn't want to be." And I keep hearing the excuse that the house brings up is makes them sad. I've heard that for a long
Your
time, so I
house?
didn't. Yes,
Why? Why does it make him sad?
I guess because we've lived here for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Mom's not there.
they, mom's not here, it's sad that the family's going through this stuff.
Hmm.
And they don't really say that to me, but I can only imagine.
That's exactly
But
what they're feeling.
so the oldest one says, well, she doesn't want to come around because she gets sad every time she thinks about it. And then we had two dogs. We've had one dog for 13 years, and he ended up dying in May. So I had to bury him out back in the yard.
I'm
And
sorry. That sucks.
that's made her sad for a while, knowing that he was buried right there, and she didn't want to go around that because she loved him. He was a great dog.
Okay, so I have an idea. Get a new puppy.
We've
Tell
got
you,
another one.
you got what? Another puppy?
Well, we've had two. We had two. We got one of them that's left. So
Okay, how old is that one that's left?
7.
That's not a puppy. I want you to
No,
get a new
she's
puppy
yeah.
because
That'd
kids
be
love
good.
puppies and that's fun, right? And now you say, when she comes over, you're like, hey, think about getting a new puppy. Want to go help me pick one out? Oh, a new puppy? Dad, I totally want to go do that. Bring a puppy in. Get a new kitty. Get a new kitty and a puppy together. You got the space for it. You got time because no one's there. Get a new puppy and a new kitty. Guess what's going to happen? Your daughter's going to want to come hang with you. Can I go to Dad's? He's got that pup. I want to go see Dad. I want to go. She'll come home to hang out with the kitty and the puppy.
I've got 5 new kittens. I
Oh,
got
that's right.
one of my cats
Can you
just
show
had
me a kitty? Show me your kitty. Give me a kitty. Show me a kitty. Quick, go get the kitty. I love kitties. There's
This
oh
is
my gosh.
this is not a kitten.
So what is that? It looks like a lion. What is that name?
This is Buddy.
Buddy? Oh,
But
Buddy had babies?
no, we've had him for 17 years, I think, 16, 17 years.
So where do the kittens coming from?
I've got a female stray cat.
Okay.
And the wild part is I came in from work one day and she had her kittens right in front of my door.
Oh my gosh.
And they were
I
just
wish we
sitting
lived
there.
closer. They
Yeah,
were just sitting there?
they were just there and she had just had them and they were almost frozen. It was freezing cold outside. So I was like, I can't let them sit out here. So I brought them inside, put them in a box. And I'm like, well, I'll let them get some weight on them, get a little bigger. But they've gotten wild. They've gotten bigger and they're running around like crazy now. Last week we had it was like 8 degrees outside. So I was like, I can't turn them out now. So I've still got
Are
them in
they?
the house.
You do. And your daughter doesn't want to come see him and play with him?
She has. I mean, she just, when she comes, she'll call me, she'll ask me about them. That's the time. It
That
seems that's
that's
the
good.
it's the connection we have is the cats. And
Okay, it doesn't matter. I love it.
yeah,
So I would start with your wife. Hey, these get her on a schedule, and then when you're picking her up or when you're bringing her over to your house, you just say, "Oh my gosh, you should see the kitties today." Video the kitties and send her videos of the
I
kitties
do
being
that.
funny.
Yes, I send her pictures, send her videos of them.
Excellent. Okay, so I think we're good. Are you okay? How do you feel about this? Did you enjoy our little chat together?
I did.
Okay.
Enjoyed it.
Sorry, I'm moving. This is the cat.
Oh,
This cat is gonna kill me. Drive me crazy. Sorry.
I
Um,
hope I wasn't too much. I was trying to be on target and do what you wanted. But
and I thought you were great. What did
good.
you think? Did you learn anything? Did you?
I did. I learned that, you know, it made me feel good that you said the first 6 months you were kind of the same way that I was. How that made me feel. Because as a guy, it seems like the whole thing is supposed to be you're like, go on, do your thing, don't worry about it. But it just rips your heart out. And you can't help but feel that your world's flipped upside down. And that
So
made me feel like, well, I'm a little normal.
you are normal, and now that you know that, now it's time to be the man of your family. This is your family. Bring them home, especially
That's
your daughters.
I
If
I
you got one living with some guy, bring them both home for dinners, to gather with you, to learn from you. You're learning a lot from my program, right?
yes, I'm trying.
There's no
Trying my
trying,
best.
there's only doing. And you are
Yeah.
learning a lot, and you're going to learn more. Stay with it. You be the temperature for your family. You become the rock. You become the island. So that everyone turns to you and says, well, Dad, what do we do? And you go, well, because you're a man, here's what I think you should do. Whether you do it or not, that's up to you, hon. But here's what I think you should do. You should do blah, 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 blah. You know what to be as a father. Take all of that and share it with them. Because they're not going to be better people without you. They need you to be the influence.
Yep. They do.
So when we hang up, you're going to reach out to your wife and say, you know what, why don't we have a schedule? You're going to pick her up after school. You're going to drop her off before nighttime because you're up too early. And I don't know what time your daughter homeschools, but 6 a.m. for work is, you got to get up at 5 to switch her over to the wife's house. That's too much.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, it's at one time she was saying that she's going to start coming over every weekend. My daughter said that.
Okay. So
But
it's
it's
not up
not.
to her. It's up
Yeah.
to the wife. She's still under 18. She's still in that zone of, you got to come to Dad's house. But Mom and Dad need to figure that out. And then once daughter comes over, it's a chance for you to see the wife. Hey, oh my gosh, good to see you. Always be a little bit bigger in your tone and excitement and happy and calm, joy, confident for who you are, because you are the temperature. You decide how that conversation is going to go based on what you bring in first. We're going to have a great conversation because I am standing right here and this is going to go really well. And you're going to like me because I'm the bomb. Right?
Wow. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So show up that way. So when we hang up, you're calling the wife. You're going to let me know next time we talk. Okay? Get on it. You're
All right.
amazing, and I know you can do this. That's why I have you here. Okay?
All right.
I believe
can
in
do
you.
it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You need to. This is your family. You were chosen to do this. There's a TV show called The Chosen out there. Everyone needs to watch that. There's season 1, 2, and 3. 4 is coming out soon. Season 1, if you're not religious, you won't understand episode 1 and 2. So season 1, start with episode 3, because then it gets interesting. You don't need 1 and 2 till later. You don't need them at all. But I need you to watch that, because you were chosen to be these girls' dad and that lady's husband. Right now, she's not interested in you as the husband. Okay, not my problem. Do your job anyway. Give 100% to that marriage, even if she's not even there.
Yep.
Okay? Okay, thank you. Jim,
Thank you.
it was a pleasure to talk with you, and you're going to be on my little series. I'm going to do a series with Jim. So this is number 1, and number 2, we'll talk soon. We'll figure out when that will be, when you have some other things to talk about, okay? I'm here for you, and we'll
Sounds
get
great.
through this.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, thank
All right.
you. Thank you for allowing me to share this with others. You're
No
amazing.
problem.
Wow, that was amazing. That was Jim, and he's going to come on again. We're going to follow him like a series, like I have for a couple other people. So stay tuned. We're going to watch what happens, and we're going to be right here with him as things change, because we don't know what's going to happen. I know what I want to have happen, but he's got to pull the weight and get it to happen. So let's see what he does. But thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of his journey and my other people's on the episodes journeys that I have. I'm with thewifeexpert.com. My name is Laurie. Please share this with anyone and everyone that you think might need this, because marriages are shifting. People are doing stupid things, and we want better for our kids. I do. I want better for you, so you have better for your kids, because they don't deserve that. Kids deserve to grow up in the house with 2 parents that love each other. Let's make that happen. It is not that difficult. It just takes some work and some mental shifting, and only one person needs to do it. Just one. One person starts shifting, the other one will follow. That's how it works. That's why old people look like each other. That's why an old person and his dog look like each other, because they shift together. So pass this on, and I will see you next time. Thank you for supporting this channel. And please, please, please subscribe. Thank you.